Welcome to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, home to the Central Michigan Chippewas. Looks as if we're going to have an outstanding crowd as we've got a great game in store for you. Today, two teams set to square off in a max slugfest. As we'll see, the Bowling Green Falcons taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Central Michigan Chippewas. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Chippewas will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Falcons' offense will take the field first. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Back to throw, it's Pine. That pass is incomplete. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Hogan. And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. With the run on 1st and goal. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. This defense is giving up yards, but a chance to make a stop on this opening drive on 3rd and goal. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, BG! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
They get set for the point after as we have the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Chippewas offense will try to get something started with their 1st possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got his man on the right.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
To the air, it's Glavis. Here's the heat. Snags it inside the 20.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
The Chippewas will snap it on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. From the red zone, looking for a man. Floats it out in space. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The play action fake. Got some room headed to the goal line.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Mount Pleasant today, and welcome into the halftime update. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kelly Shorts Stadium.
The Falcons will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. And the Chippewas can really attack on this 2nd and short. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll try to pop the draw. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Dropping back, it's Labus. Catch in the middle, it's Temple. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback will keep it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. That's the end of the period. Bowling Green is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Out of the gun, the inside give. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Chippewas kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's McIntosh. Tackled almost immediately, they're well short of the first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They're working that left side. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And the Chippewas have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They were really starting to put a drive together, and after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. He makes a grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. 4th down, gotta have it here. Touchdown, Chips. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Alabama is on the short side of things right now, but like the days of Tua and Devontae Smith in the 2018 title game, do not rule out a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tennessee.
That's caught. It's Garcia.
Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And his throw is incomplete. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking to throw, it's Pine. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab, it's Garcia. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker, he's a yard short. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Backed up now, here's second and long.
Second down coming up.
Power football with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And this one can draw us even in the final moments. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Final minute of play, all locked up. Are we headed to overtime?
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Chippewas in a good spot here with second and short. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Reading the option, it's Labus. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Now the play fake. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. Third and long, and they love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense sets the tone right off the jump. Great job executing. This is exactly why you want to play defense first and not giving up yards, forcing a long field goal.
So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. Nestled just inside that right upright. And they've regained the lead. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Looking for a man. It's Pine. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Leaves it with the running back. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. They've got a little work in front of them here on third down if they want to keep this drive alive and try to win it with a touchdown. From the gun on third down. Looking to the end zone. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.